In this little example, we're going to look at how to write pseudocode as well as how to do a flowchart. So pseudocode is text, a lot like English, and it simply lays out the steps in the algorithm. So our first step, if we want to find out why a light is not working, is step number 1. Just call it a lamp. Step 2 is check to see if it's plugged in. If it's not plugged in, we plug it in, and then we can go to the end of the algorithm. If it is plugged in, then we go on to the next step. And in step 3, we're going to check and see if a bulb is burned out. If it is, we replace the bulb. And that's it. At that point, our lamp is fixed. So those are the series of steps you would go through if you were writing it out as pseudocode. And the pseudocode should be able to be directly translated into the final C code with, a little bit of extra work. The other way of showing one of these things is as a flowchart. And here's a flowchart here, which is a series of symbols. Normally we have a little start symbol up at the top, which is a circle. And we can put a circle up there. Make it a bit smaller. And we normally join that up with an arrow. Give me an arrow, yes. This wasn't really what I wanted. Like that. So that means this is where you start. Lamp doesn't work. These diamonds are how you ask a question. And you normally mark them as yes and no with the arrows coming out. So is lamp plugged in? No, plug in lamp. At which point we can go to the end. So really what we want is an arrow coming out of here. And we want to drag that down to the end if we can. Like that. It's not the prettiest arrow. Maybe we should be able to move it over here a little. There, that's better. So after you plug in the lamp, then you can go to the end. If it is plugged in, you check to see if the bulb is burned out. If the bulb is burned out, you replace the bulb, and then you can drag an arrow down to the end as well and make that a little prettier. Okay. And if the bulb's not burned out, well, then we have to go for some kind of other kind of repair. But basically, we've done everything we can, and our little algorithm is over. So this is a more diagrammatic approach to showing the steps, and the other one is the textual approach. So that's the difference between pseudocode and a flowchart.